All right, TikTok detectives, pull up. We've got a break in the case. So I used this comment right here. So you can see this user's name. Please go look for her video. She gives some really good information about Starlink and how it works. And I also use this comment so you can go back and watch my previous video where I discuss the difference between voting machines and the voting systems and software used to tally votes. Those are two separate things. So I want to clarify again before I break this down that we are not talking about voting machines, okay? Those are safe, those are secure, as far as we know, and they are not connected to the internet, okay? The issue that we are going to be discussing are the voting systems for tallying up votes that are on computers that were connected to Starlink. That is the connection. Starlink is being used to connect to devices to make them faster in order for them to tally votes. That is a problem, okay? We're gonna get into why, but I'm sure you're connecting the dots, okay? I have to be really careful how I talk about this because I don't want to get censored here. Also, Daddy Algorithm has not been pushing my videos out. So if you wouldn't mind sharing them with friends and sending them out, it's really important that we educate people on what's happening right now and that there's not a lot of confusion, because I feel like there's a Newsweek article that came out today that kind of downplayed this whole thing because their whole thesis was voting machines weren't connected to Starlink. Well, they weren't, that is correct. But the voting systems that were tallying the votes after polls closed were connected to Starlink, and that is the issue. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the news report that kind of blew this whole thing wide open, and then we'll talk about it.
Didn't have long lines after 8 p.m. Everybody got processed and through those lines quickly, and that's due to all of their hard work and dedication that they do out at the poll sites.
Registrar Michelle Baldwin says access to connectivity was improved this year thanks to Starlink satellite internet. She adds early technical difficulties with the tabulator machine were quickly fixed and did not impact vote.
Okay, I want you to know that I did some digging because of course there are going to be concerns that that could be a deep fake or maybe that was a fake news report, and I want to assure you that is absolutely real, and I did my own due diligence before posting this. So let me just show you a couple of those pieces of information. This is the reporter who posted her news report, and this is her official bio for the ABC News network that she works for. So she's a real person, that was a real report. Okay, so we've established that is real, that is an actual news report that says that Starlink was being used to help tally votes, okay? That's a factual piece of information. That's not conspiracy theory, that's not me going into my weird imagination. That is fact. Now, what we don't know is how many places were using Starlink. So I'm hoping that there are investigators who are investigating it, but we at least know that it was happening in California. Now, why would it be happening in that district of California? Maybe because of this. There is a very important House race happening in that district, the 22nd district, and right now it is pretty close. We don't have all the vote count in yet when I'm making this video. We really want to flip this seat to the Democrats so we can have a strong chance of getting the House back. So yes, does it raise alarm bells that Starlink was connected to the voting services tallying votes? Yes. Did it strike me as kind of weird that it was happening in California? Yeah, but it also makes me feel like, where else was it happening? And we need to get down to the bottom of that. Because if it was happening in this one county in California, I guarantee you it was happening in other places. We need to find out where. So the other thing to note about this is that during DT's acceptance speech that was at 2:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, he spent a whole section of his speech going off the teleprompter and talking about Elon Musk and talking about Starlink. Now, he was talking about it in terms of North Carolina and the hurricanes, But I think we can do some subtextual digging here and see that the fact that he's bringing it up and explaining it might be a tell.
The people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them. We have to protect our super geniuses.
So look, we don't have official answers. This is the beginning of the story. We are just gathering evidence. We are gathering pieces of the puzzle right now. So we can't say anything definitively at all. But it is very unnerving and very concerning that an internet service that is controlled by the richest man in the world was being used to help tally votes. Even if it's just that one county, which it's hard for me to believe that it would only just be that one county. It is a concerning development that we need to keep our eyes on. So stay alert, stay focused, solidarity. And there will be more, I'm sure.